Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. Today's May 3rd, 2026. And I have a new reading for you guys. If you are new to the channel, you can hit the subscribe button and also the notification so that you can get notified of my next video. As always, this is a message for the collective. If it doesn't resonate with you, you don't have to force it. Throw it back to the universe. These are messages and things that I'm prompted to talk about, and I bring it to whomever needs to hear it. All right, so we're going to get right into it. The first card that I pulled was the Sun card. And in tarot, this is the Lenormand, but in tarot, the Sun is one of the most positive cards in the arcana, in the whole set. Okay. The Sun is the card of success, and it has the same exact meaning on the Lenormand card. Okay. Sun is what give the plants life, right? Sustenance and everything, and it gives us sustenance. We get vitamin D from the sun. But the message today here that I got is this. I was laying in bed, and it's so interesting how it came to be, right? So I was laying in bed and thinking about what's going on in the world, right? Like thinking about everything that's going on, everything that people are having to lose, sacrifice, witness, right? And experience a lot of pain. And as I was laying and I was thinking about that, I said to myself, and I heard this voice said, you can actually change this, right? That was the first voice that I heard. Then I went outside, and I didn't know it was, because it's been cold where I am. The temperature dropped, and I went outside to get my groceries. And I decided to sit down outside for a minute because the sun was out. And as the sun was out, it's funny that I pulled the sun. The sun was out. I thought about, again, what's going on in the world. And what came to me was, you have the power to stop and change all of it. And when I thought about that, I say, you're right. We do, as a collective, if we really believe in who we are and our power, like Yahusha says, greater things you will do than I did, right? He also said that we can move a mountain with the faith of a mustard seed. And when I heard that voice, I said, yep, if we really want to, we can do it. We can actually put a stop to all of it, right? If we understand and embrace who we truly are, which is our God nature. We come from source. We're connected to source. We have the same exact things that source does, right? And so what was wild, and I pulled the Hermetic Tarot. Guess what I pulled? Another Sun. But what's beautiful about this card is there's two women. Seems like women, or maybe two beings. I'm just going to call them beings, okay? I'm going to keep it non-binary. And they are together, they're holding hands, so they're collectively joining forces. They're joining forces in this collective. So it's a collective, it has to be a collective effort. So the message today is, for all of us, is if we want to stop everything that's going on in the world, all the pain, everything, we can. But what is it going to require? It's going to require love. It's going to require that we send love. Those that are hurting other people too. That's where it gets tough, right? Because why would we want to do that? We think that people that are hurting, we need to hurt them, right? See, hurt people, right? But it doesn't work. It doesn't work. Because if we're, and I'm not saying that people shouldn't be accountable. It's not about accountability, right? It's about, how do we end this cycle? How do we end this wheel of samsara? It's interesting that it looks like a wheel of samsara right there. How do we end it? How do we stop it? How do we complete this thing, right? And what was coming to me is we have to begin to generate love towards them so they can go back to the light. They can go back to the sun. They can go back to understanding who their nature is so that we can stop hurting each other, because I think we have had enough pain. The other card that I pulled was the lunar eclipse with change. Again, we're the change. What did the Gandhi say? Be the change that you want to see in the world. Be the change that we want to see in the world. We are that change. We are the ones that we're the only ones that can make this possible. And the way that we're going to do it is not through hurting more or getting even. That's not how it's going to work. Yahusha also said, love your enemies, right? And I think one way that we can do it is to send loving energy. And it's hard, trust me, because I have a few people in my life that I'm like, can't do it, right? But I told myself, for it to end, I have to learn how to. I have to learn. I have to work on why not, right? And be with that. And so that is another message. So the oracle that I pulled was Oshumare, and I love the energy of Oshumare because Oshumare is transformation. It's the rainbow, is the snake. Okay, it is represented by a serpent, rather, and in Ifa, in Yoruba, it represents transformation. It is also it represents transformation. And so it's interesting that the change can only come when we begin to understand who we are as a collective. We can make that change right here, right now, but it will take a collective effort to do that. And the way that we're going to do that is by sending love. It's the only way. The only way. Trying to hurt each other, it's not going to work. It's going to continue that cycle, okay? So just quick recap, okay? I pulled the sun twice. Suns, it's a great, 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 great card. It's a card of good news, card of, of prosperity, of joy, of things working out, okay? The sun here representing us as a collective, sending love to them that are hurting each other, okay? We are the change that we want to see in the world. And, I didn't read the oracle, okay? It says, impossible is only a matter of opinion, because someone might say, we don't have the power to do that. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And if you don't understand that quite yet, then I suggest you begin to ask your higher self, who am I? And it will be revealed to you. What is that? Another scripture? Ask and it shall be given. Seek and you shall find. Knock and the door shall be open, right? The answers are there. The answers are here, okay? All right, my dear ones. Thank you for joining me today for another reading. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.